The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you can just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, that's
No, please,
Let's
Mr.
have
Stark,
it.
you don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Okay?
So Oz, after a crazy 3-part Elseworld crossover, wow, just kind of give me your thoughts on all that and the big ending, Crisis on Infinite Earths, coming next fall.
Man, it was a lot to absorb, man. You had the Psycho Pirate at the end. Oh, spoiler alerts, but not really. But
spoiler alerts this entire episode. This entire episode.
Things are going down, man. Like, it was crazy. Like, I got excited when I thought I was going to see Superman in black, but it turns out it wasn't really. And then they said Bizarro. So they were dropping bombs everywhere, man. I will tell you this. The most interesting part of all this, we can break down all sorts of things, too, when we get through the show. But the most interesting part of all this to me, why did Batman leave? Where did he go?
Yeah, that's a looming question that will stay looming until it's answered. I like the way they did that. That's something they can always go to at any point. And welcoming for the first time on Take a Knee, we have a special guest. We have a Arrowverse genius. Let me just put it that way. Someone who knows the Arrowverse like the inside of their hand. We got Suave, the Thinker.
Yeah.
Suave, so let me ask you, Elseworld, crazy. Which was your favorite episode?
Okay, so I gotta go with episode 2. Batwoman came out, destroyed, was whooping. It was so dope. She was whooping butt. She was doing her thing. Had to bail out the weak Oliver Queen and Barry Allen had to save their butts. And then they're like, oh, where are we going? We're going, welcome.
I can already see me and you are going to have problems because, first of all,
here we go.
You don't talk about the Godfather of the Arrowverse like that.
Okay, Oliver Queen, that's why he only has one more season left. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, hold on. Wait. Here's my thing. Which Oliver Queen? Was it Barry Allen Oliver Queen? Was it Oliver Queen Barry Allen? You know, it got confusing to me because my whole point in all this is I won't get into too much of like the disc part of the costume because we got time to improve that. But yo, man, she busted out on that van like a homage to our Christopher Nolan Batman. You know, she was taking fools out, dude. Now I'm interested about this cousin thing though.
Yeah.
You know,
the Gotham episode, to me, or I keep saying the Gotham episode, the Arrow episode. Surprise. Hey, no surprise there. The Arrow episode was the best one.
It was.
And no surprise. It's been the best season on the CW this year so far. But that episode was the best. Now, a lot of people are probably going to say the Supergirl one, which let's be honest, the first 20 minutes of the Supergirl episode were borderline unbearable.
Right. That's why I said that I'm number 2. And then the dude changes himself to Superman. Doesn't really know who Superman is. Just like, oh, this is all-powerful being. I'm just going to be him.
Well, to be fair, he wasn't like, nobody was really beating him. He was doing what he wanted to whoever he wanted. So he pulled off Superman pretty well. The only reason he won, the only reason he didn't win is because Oliver made a deal, which we are definitely going to get into a lot later.
Well, yeah,
Oz, what was your favorite episode? I'm sorry, go ahead, Oz. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you guys have to realize the whole point of our bad guy, quote unquote. He had to get constantly reminded by the Monitor, let me see what you can do. Exactly. Make a world, let me see what your imagination is. And he imagined himself being Superman. He imagined himself being a hero. That was his thing. He wasn't trying to be like evil. He just wanted to be a hero. You know?
And Oliver played off of that. If you notice, before he captured him, he shot that tower down, and then he was like, "Hey, do you want to be a hero or do you want to catch us?" And like you said, Oz, he wanted to be a hero.
Yeah, no. I think those 3 Elseworld really had a lot to do with people's emotions and their state of mind and stuff like that, more than just like the crossover too.
Yeah, it was a lot deeper than they normally are, which I appreciated. It wasn't as grand in scale as the past 2 have been. And then that's not a knock on the past 2. The past 2 have been real good, and that's not a knock on this one. I don't think it needed the grand scale with the elements it was using. You know what I mean? Like when you're introducing a Batwoman, you're playing with a black suit Superman. You got Barry Allen and Oliver Queen switching places or switching bodies. Like you don't have to have a grand scale fight type, quote unquote, to have this great crossover. And I think they did that really well. Like they had a lot of really good smaller elements that make this big combustible element that was just a great thing to watch. Suave, let me ask you,
sure.
How did you feel about Black Lightning not being even mentioned?
To be honest, he doesn't fit in with that narrative with the Arrowverse yet, I would say. And he has because his world is very, very weird. I'm a big Black Lightning fan. Don't get me wrong. I think Tobias is a very comedic villain. I think it's very jazz based. I like the music.
Yep.
I like that it helps Black people. Shout out to my people, Black people. Shout out to every race. But it also just is an amazing show. And Black Lightning, he's like the Superman of his world. So if Black Lightning was introduced, he would be less than Flash, less than Green Arrow, less than Superman. So I don't think he should be introduced yet, because like Flash will beat him. He'll absorb his lightning and send it right back at him, and then it'll be like, "Oh, Gambi, what am I supposed to do?" And Gambi's gonna be like, "I don't know, Black Lightning. What are you gonna do?"
But here's the thing though. About old Jefferson Pierce.
Yes.
So, a little backdrop to his story, if people don't know really who Black Lightning is. Invented back in the 70s, probably 60s, 70s. He was a teacher, became a principal in the quote unquote urban hood schools, because white writers didn't know how to make a Black superhero who wasn't from like some craziness. So anyway, this guy, so he wore an afro. He wore a fake afro that was attached to a mask. He would put it on. He was a metahuman. He had lightning powers. Soon he evolved. It's so funny, when they introduced him, he had a fake afro. Now when they introduced him, he's has a shaved bald head in the new verse. But like his powers have evolved too, and I think there's something that's coming out pretty soon in the comic book universe in the world that's going to introduce all the like minority characters, all the black characters, to say that they had a more influential role in the DC universe. It's coming out, and I think either the writer of 12 Years a Slave has something to do with it, but it's coming out pretty soon. But anyway, but the thing about Black Lightning though is, Suave, can you elaborate a little bit about what his daughter's powers are?
So that's another problem. One of his daughter's powers is super strength. And her name is Thunder. That's the oldest one.
Right.
While the other one, her powers are basically like Black Lightning's, except it's not even a lightning. It's energy, and it's weird because she can knock out lights and like take their energy and throw energy balls. She does kamehamehas. That's the problem that as a Black person.
Hold on. Suave. Hold on. You said this girl does kamehamehas?
No, seriously, she did a kamehameha to say.
Did she like power up and say kamehameha?
She didn't say kamehameha. She said lightning bolt or something. I forget what she said. And I
wow.
That part of the episode. I just want to see Black Lightning. And then Tobias
Well, right?
Tobias Well.
Yeah. Albino.
Hey, you know what? After hearing that,
the funniest villain ever.
After hearing that one of Black Lightning's daughters did a kamehameha.
Yes. You're never gonna watch it.
Yeah, we're not going to watch it. And that's going to be the last we talk of Black Lightning for this episode. But before we get too deep into the Elseworld, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here with my co-host, the mighty Ozzy, Killmonger, Craven, the Hunter.
What up, everybody?
Part 2 is out of the battleground, by the way, and check out your boy Oz on it.
Glad to be here. Yeah. Hey, check. You know what, Regular Scott, hit him up where to view or where to listen, because hey, man,
go to FiLife.com. Go to FiLife.com, and we also have a special guest today. We have the Arrowverse genius himself, and unfortunately, he's a big fan of Black Lightning, but we've already talked Black Lightning for our show. We have like a limit. We only talk like 2 minutes, and then the show like gets real boring when we start talking too much Black Lightning. But back to our guest. Wow. He is Suave, the thinker. Suave, how you doing, man?
I'm thinking a lot, man. I'm thinking a lot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Black Lightning. I'm thinking about the Arrowverse. So many thoughts in my head right now. I can't wait to tell to our viewers. Oh,
listeners,
man, thanks for having me on the show. Thank you. I'm about to...
No problem.
But Suave, don't fill your head up with too many thoughts of Black Lightning, because you don't need to, because that show can just kind of... That's on some Legend of Tomorrow stuff with me. I'm sorry.
Won't you just put it all...
I will say this about Black Lightning, though. They have not used Muppets or unicorns, so...
No, right, because they use kamehamehas.
Yeah, right.
So they don't need to use a Muppet, because they got Kamehamehas and going Super Saiyan and all that stuff,
dude,
right?
I swear, I watched the episode of Black Lightning and Goku was on there. It was crazy.
Vegeta on there?
Yeah.
Even better. Kakarot!
No. Hey, look, they definitely had Piccolo on there. Piccolo's the black character on Dragon Ball Z, so if anyone's on there, it would be Piccolo. So let's get into the news. Listen, there's only one big thing of news to talk about, and we're going to talk about it. The Avengers 4 trailer. Endgame. What do you guys think about the title? Oz, what do you think about the title Endgame?
Well, I mean, it was already said by Doctor Strange.
It was said by Tony Stark.
But
before that.
Yeah, but Doctor Strange said when he did all his calculations, all millions of calculations, he said we are in the end game now. So just to say, the trailer was dope. I was looking forward to. People are going crazy. They're trying to figure out all the stuff. They're saying there's skulls there. I'm like, come on, man. There's a Skull invasion.
Well,
There-
Captain
there's
Marvel's coming out before that, and she's going to introduce him, so it's possible.
Well, I know, but then there's secret invasion. There's Galactus. Man, everybody sit tight.
Nobody
Let's
has
see-
a clue.
Let's see what Thanos has to do.
Oh man.
We saw dope Ant-Man. We saw dope Hawkeye. We saw
Hawkeye's a beast.
we saw cool Captain
Ronan.
America.
Let's call him right. Ronan. Let's get it right.
Ronan, and we know Ronan, so it's cool.
Suave, let me ask you. So out of that trailer, what part intrigued you the most? Like what?
Ronan.
Whoa.
Ronan
Whoa.
intrigued me.
Okay.
Ronan. I was so happy. I was wondering when they were going to introduce him. And I was so
True.
happy. Ronan is here. Like, I like the Tony Stark, intro, blah, 50% of the... But Ronan, when I saw Ronan, and I saw that Thor,
Yeah.
regular Scott, you don't understand.
I guess not, but
happy.
I'm guessing this pretty much lets everyone know that his family got dusted up.
Well, true.
Or let me not say that because it's not definitive, but that's my theory.
But if you check out from the comic verse, if you look at the Ultimates, you see that Black Widow set them all up, and of course with Loki and everything too, and she took out she made Hawkeye's family disappear too, and he took his revenge on her too.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. I'm hoping that's not what happens.
No, but I tell you, there was I'm just trying to figure this whole thing out. This dude, our Iron Man, our Anthony Stark, he is on a spaceship with no food, no water, traveling back, and his suit is all messed up and busted up. But something about that just doesn't seem right.
Is Captain Marvel going to pick him up? Suave, what do you think?
I think she will.
It's a gateway drug. It's an easy gateway drug to have her pick him up. It's simple.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty simple. It's pretty easy. Shuri is gone. She's dusted up.
Wow.
Yeah, you saw her. You see her face on the little map thing that showed up. So let me ask you this then: with her and T'Challa gone for sure, who's in charge of Wakanda right now? Is it
know who's in
M'Baku?
charge. Yeah.
M'Baku, yeah.
What about his head sergeant? Is she still the head sergeant or head general? Is she still the head general? I can't think of her
You
name.
don't know if she got dusted up or not.
No, she didn't. She watched
didn't.
She watched Black Panther get
She
dusted.
did. She watched T'Challa get dusted up. But here's the thing: as you saw in the first Black Panther, yes, her loyalty is not to the king. Her loyalty is to the kingdom.
No, I wasn't questioning that. I was just asking if she might be in charge. That's not to say she wouldn't be queen of Wakanda.
No, she's not Queen of Wakanda. She is still the guard. She still has her role as what she's doing in Wakanda. And I'm gonna tell you like this: M'Baku, him in it, it's gonna set up probably Black Panther 2 and T'Challa getting the throne back.
Yeah, I'm with that. So Ant-Man doesn't get dusted. A lot of people are saying that Ant-Man you see is a Skrull.
I know.
But it seems like another big theory. And shout out to Wartsu. Shout out to Wartsu on YouTube. He's got a lot of great content out there. One of the theories that I picked up that I've kind of been thinking, and I've heard a few people say it, and he's one of them. The multiverse is going to play a big part in this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think, they say it's not time travel, but if you're traveling through the multiverse, it is kind of time travel because time is at a different speed. You know what I mean? So it is kind of time travel at the same time, even though it's not flat out going back in time.
But they never introduced the multiverse, though.
They have in Ant-Man.
The microverse.
You're right. That's what I meant.
It's the microverse.
You're right. But the microverse is a way to the multiverse, right?
Well, traditionally, so if you wanted to access to the multiverse, the microverse is a portal to the quantum field, whatever. But
Quantum realm.
Yeah, but also through that you could the bridge too is that too from Asgard.
But the bridge was destroyed. Is that correct in Ragnarok?
I thought so. I thought the bridge was.
Yeah. So that's out.
Wouldn't the bridge go back together if Thor put his hammer inside of it? If he finds his hammer, if he truly can.
But Thor doesn't. Thor's at the point where he doesn't need his hammer. He just needs something to facilitate his power.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
just
Like
saying for the bridge though, like that would be easier to explain than Ant-Man doing the microverse, because I understand what Ozzy Killmonger's saying, because he's saying that when the person gets smaller, time gets slower because they're naturally a smaller being, and so people are when someone's moving are actually they get faster, not slower.
Yeah.
So myself. That thought was running out, but
no. But along those lines, there, Suave. So hey, the bridge or something. Either the bridge is still functional, or Thor has the power to transcend time. Because how did he appear with Rocket Raccoon when they needed him at that final hour? Remember?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, true that.
Yeah. So everything's on the table, dude. There's nothing off the table.
This is what I think. I don't think anybody really knows what's going to happen. We all have our theories, we all have our ideas, but nobody has a clue. If we're keeping it 100.
Yeah, no. They need what's his name, Mark Ruffalo to spill the beans again like he did before.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah. We need to get him on the show just to say, hey, how's your day, so he can tell us the whole.
Hey,
plot.
Mark. So tell us about that day 32 of shooting. What'd you shoot?
Yeah, you know.
You got that script, by the way? Can I take a look at that? Let's just read through it one good time. You know? Yeah. So that's. I mean, look. Let's all say it like it is. That movie is going to be incredible. It has a lot to live up to, but Oz and myself have talked about it. We don't know if that's going to be the highest grossing movie of the year, though.
Mm-hmm.
What other movie do you guys think will be the highest grossing movie of the year?
I'm leaning towards Lion King.
We'll see. We will. Yeah,
I think Lion King has a very good shot at being the highest grossing movie of the year. And you know what? If not Lion King, Toy Story 4.
Yeah, mass appeal, man.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like
maybe Lion King, but I don't think Toy Story 4. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure Toy Story 3 was the highest grossing movie of the year it came out.
Yeah, but it might be a little bit fatigue, man.
Do you think so?
That's what I was.
See, here's the reason I say no. The people who are going to see Toy Story 4 are the adults who grew up on Toy Story, became adults when they saw Toy Story 3, and now are probably taking their kids to go see Toy Story 4.
I'm not going to go see Toy Story 4, and I grew up on Toy Story. I saw 3. And I'm kind of done with Toy Story. I don't want it to become Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. I feel Suave. I'm right there with you, bro. Right there with you. Because I'm gonna tell you, there is fatigue, dude.
I don't think 4 is quite at that fatigue level. I think 4 you can still be a highest grossing movie. Could be. I'm not saying it will be. My money's on Lion King.
Dude, if they do Toy Story 5 Tokyo Drift, I'm done. Okay, I'm done.
Tokyo Toys.
Tokyo Toys. Thank you, Tokyo Toys.
That was good, Suave. I like that.
I'm done. No, we'll see. Because hey, there's some other factors in this thing too. And listen, this is not going to be one of the highest grossing movies of the year of 2019. But I'm going to tell you. Man, what's it called? Split? Or no? What's that? Glass?
Glass.
I'm in.
Yeah, that looks good. I'm excited about that. That should be fun.
They always. What did they say? What did she say? They always underestimate, or they always forget about the masterminds.
Hey, man. Hey, let me tell you something. 2019 is going to be a very, very good year for movies.
Man, my pockets are going to be empty, dude, because I'm going to be at the movie theater. Hey, every month, or if not every other week, there's a banger coming out. It's
going to be a very busy summer. Actually, let me rephrase that. It's going to be a very busy winter, spring, and summer.
It's going to be a busy year.
It's going to be a busy year. I forgot to let you all know where you can find us at. I did say Go Defy Life. You can find us there, as well as the Battleground episode. You can also check us out at iTunes, Spreaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Overcast. Am I forgetting one?
Man, what about the Facebook, the Instagram?
Oh, hit us up on Twitter at @NE4MarvelVerseDC. Also, email us any questions, comments, suggestions, hate mail. We want all the smoke. We want it. Send it our way because we're ready for it. At NE4MarvelVerseDC @gmail.com.
My Black Lightning fans, I need you guys to send them the smoke, man.
Hey, listen, all three of you, send me some emails. Okay, send me some emails. Let me know if you want to know any tips about the Kamehameha. I'll let you know if it was a good one or not.
Regular Scott.
What's up?
Regular Scott. Hey, and the three people that are going to send the hate mail in to us, you cannot be cast members of the show. Okay. Okay. So just saying. Okay.
Oh man.
I would never.
Would you never? Suave, you're a thinker. I feel like you've thought about this already.
I would never. Not under Suave the thinker, maybe under Suave the antagonist, but that's not me.
Suave the thinking antagonist.
Suave the thinking antagonist. All right. So you guys ready? Let's dude, go full.
Can we dive in, dude? I'm thirsty for this.
I want to dive into.
All right, let's do this. Actually, I got one more plug before we do that. Sorry, guys. Actually, but this is a big one. This is our 10th episode, and to celebrate, shout out to the Take a Knee. Shout out to everyone that listens. We appreciate you all. We're in different countries, different states, and it's amazing. It's a blessing. So we want to give back. And we have some Take a Knee from Marvel vs. DC coffee mugs, and we will be doing a giveaway this week. Okay, we will be doing a giveaway for a Take a Knee coffee mug. Picture will be up on the Twitter, and this is how the giveaway is going to go. You're going to retweet the show, like it, and I want you to comment. Okay? I want you to comment on your favorite aspect of the show. Now, when I say that, I just mean like, somebody said a joke or somebody ripped on somebody, or you like the way we went into Elseworld. Just give us some feedback, or tell us what you didn't like about the show. Like I said, we want the smoke.
We prefer what you like, especially if you have any appreciation and comments towards the Killmonger.
What if they didn't like anything, though?
Yeah, what if they didn't like anything from Ozzy Killmonger?
The only thing that they didn't like are just the Twitter polls, and I think they're biased, and I don't even want to get into it.
I got a couple of those too. We're going to talk about. But listen, that is the giveaway, and we will randomly choose someone. Go ahead, Oz.
Hey, Regular Scott. One more thing. Hey, folks, I saw the cups. The cups are awesome. I have to ask, am I allowed to be in this contest? Because I want them cups, dude. They're good.
You are not. And Suave, unfortunately for you being on this episode, you are out the contest as well.
And that is fine. I understand.
But no, seriously, we want to give back. We appreciate everything you guys have been doing, supporting the show. And absolutely. So... so we're doing a giveaway. So retweet the show, like the show, and just comment what you liked. Hopefully what you liked, and hopefully you didn't like. Hopefully you liked the show that you don't have anything you didn't like. So,
Hey,
Also,
what
to my
you
twin
hate
brother,
too,
Swab
man?
the commenter. I hope
but
you
listen,
comment.
like I said, we want all the smoke. So bring it up. We want it.
Bring it.
But but not too much smoke, because if you inhale too much smoke, then that's really bad for you. So we don't want
you
too
start-
much
you start
smoke.
choking.
We just want enough to make it like a cool like explosion scene, but not enough where we're like coughing and choking.
Not looking like the bad guy from episode 3 of the Elseworld series. What was his name? That's how bad of a villain he was. I forgot his name.
Negan?
Dude, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey something.
Negan.
You know,
Jeffrey Negan.
I thought it started with a D.
Deegan. Is it Deegan?
Jeffrey Deegan or something
That's
like
how
that.
bad
dude.
of a villain he was. We don't want that much smoke that you look like him.
Yeah.
At
So,
the end.
but that's the giveaway, and so we'll be announcing
Hey.
the winner next week.
Yeah, dude. Because we need to get into this Elseworld thing, because I'm getting a little upset about it. Because why you gonna put him in Arkham Asylum, and why you gonna put two of the most powerful crazy people in a cell right next to each other?
Yeah. All right. So
Arkham
here's
Asylum doesn't care, man.
here's
Arkham
the
Asylum-
Twitter polls. Here's the Twitter polls. I put them up about Elseworld. The first one: which Elseworld episode did you like the best? Arrow, Flash, or Supergirl? It was a tie. Well, actually, it wasn't a tie. 46% voted for Supergirl, 45% voted for Arrow, and 9% voted for Flash.
Well, Flash had to kickstart it. You know?
Yeah, that's not fair to Barry Allen and that amazing show of The Flash, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, we probably won't. And then the other Twitter poll was, out of the three, which Arrowverse Trinity member do you want to see bite the bullet the most in next year's Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover? One person has 0%. Which one do you think people want to live the most?
Oh, they want Supergirl to bite it, dude.
Yes, no question. Supergirl.
No, who do they want to live the most?
Barry Allen.
Barry Allen, dude.
Barry Allen. 57% voted Supergirl, 43 Green Arrow.
Yeah, man, because Green Arrow's problem, I get tired of all these brooding superheroes, man. This dude needs like a latte or a massage or something, dude. He's always just pouting. I can't tell him because of my family. And well, Barry Allen's like, I'm chilling.
I know. And Barry Allen's dad died when he was 10, had to get adopted by another. His dad killed his mom, apparently, but he didn't believe it. And he had to be adopted. And then Oliver went to an island, and then he's, I hate the world. My dad died. I hate the world. And then he watched his mom die in front of him, so maybe that's why. But
No, dude, well, man, I mean, come on, man.
but Barry Allen's so happy, but Oliver Queen, I went to an island. I was stuck in an island, and that's why I'm so angry. The island, you can't use the island as excuse for.
And I'm a billionaire. And I'm a billionaire.
Let me tell y'all something. So, first of all, without Oliver Queen, there will be no Arrowverse. Secondly, Oliver was not always Oliver Queen. He went on this island, was stranded on an island for 5 years, and fought for his life for 5 years. I think if you're stranded on an island with no one, no outside world, you would probably go a little dark yourself.
Yeah, but then when you are off that island and you are a billionaire with everything accessible to you and a wealth of wealth and a wealth of friends who support you, you need to chill. You need to chill.
That dude's dad said before he shot himself, go and make the city. Pretty much, he gave him that book and said, go make the city better. So that's what Oliver did.
Dude, this cat started off the first season killing everybody.
That was the best Oliver Queen.
I have a question for you guys. When is Jimmy Olsen gonna have his show? Since he had the motorcycle jacket this episode, for the third Elseworld. He had the motorcycle jacket.
Hey, Suave.
Suave.
Oz loves the Guardians motorcycle.
You do?
Dude.
Oz,
dude.
you like that? Really?
He loves it.
Dude, man,
like that?
Jimmy Olsen, why? Guardian, why? Your suit, your motorcycle, your man, dude, you are a liability to Supergirl, and Supergirl's a liability to everything. You know, I'm gonna say this. I'm not trying to be mean. And folks just write in, and I'll apologize later. But Jimmy Olsen is a Jar Jar Binks.
Oh
God.
Let me ask you a question, Oz.
I'll rephrase it. The Guardian is a Jar Jar Binks.
Let me ask you a question, Oz. Your favorite people to bring up seem to be Jar Jar Binks and the Guardian's motorcycle.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you dislike them more than I dislike Iris West.
No. I'm writing a show, and it's an action thriller about a lone wolf who rides on the motorcycle, and it's Jar Jar Binks. He goes across the countryside, just causing trouble and fucking things up all the time.
And then the Guardian comes and he's like, "Listen, Jar Jar, you are not Jar Jar Binks.
We are Jar Jar Binks." It's gonna be great.
Iris West, man. Hey, shout out to Iris West.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. As much flack as I gave her last week, and I did say I was going to give her a chance. I gave her a chance. I thought Iris was great in her episode. I thought she was great.
She was. She always pulls through.
No, no. Sometimes she does way too much.
That's why we the Flash and not Barry the Flash. And Barry the Flash, they'll be stuck in the jail cell still. They'll be like, who knows? But we the Flash, Iris West saved the day. Because Barry and Iris had that amazing connection. That's why I say she's the best romantic lead on the show.
Yeah, maybe on the Flash, but that's because the Flash has no romantic leads.
What?
I'm talking about I'm in the Arrowverse. Oliver Queen is broody. Oliver Queen is broody, so he can't be with Felicity because I was stuck on an island, so now I'm going to sit in the jail. I just got out of the jail. I'm still angry. What's going to make you happy, Oliver?
Oliver wasn't angry when he got out of jail. He wasn't angry. He wasn't angry. That was Felicity. He was only angry that Felicity went so far to try to kill Diaz. That's what he was upset about. He didn't want Felicity to turn into him. He wasn't angry. That's not right.
Dude, can I say something?
Please.
That is all that cat ever does. I don't want you to be like me.
But but it's true though. Like, why would you want? Like, he knows he's not the greatest of people. Why would you want other people to be like you?
And I'm sorry. Oliver Queen is not Bruce Wayne, man. He's not Bruce Wayne. And CW, I know you guys can't afford Bruce Wayne. I know you guys can't afford Batman. But I will tell you and your executives, this Green Arrow, Bruce Wayne, Dark Moody. I know Green Arrow is like that in the comics to an extent, but you guys are taking it too far.
Hey, now listen. This is coming from the Black Lightning fan, by the way. Let's keep that in mind.
But let's keep it 100. A Suave. Here's the thing about things, dude. Green Arrow in the comic book verse is a wisecracking, funny dude. Right. He's had some really malicious stuff happen to him. You want to get a taste of who Green Arrow really is? Look up that DC showcase that has him fighting Merlin, and Black Canary comes in. That's who he is, dude. And all this stuff about, I can't be with you. Man, he is madly in love with Black Canary.
Right.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Black Canary's dead, though.
In Justice. In Justice.
No, I'm talking about in the Arrowverse. Like, he can't be with her anyway because she's dead.
Yeah, but you know what? But what Suave was saying is that the Arrowverse, the CW Arrowverse is a little dark and perverse version of what Green Arrow really is, dude.
Yes.
I don't think he's very much like Batman. Batman would never go into the field revealing his identity.
Okay, look, regular Scott.
What up?
I mean, like we try and have a good show, and I try not to be angry, but I don't want my anger to come out. But I want to remind you that when Green Arrow came out, he was using arrows that had a boxing glove attached to it.
He used some of those in the show.
Well, so dude, you ain't that brooding and angry if you're using a boxing glove arrow.
Well, he only used it because it was the closest thing to him, and he didn't want to kill him. He wanted to knock him out.
Yeah, or a boomerang arrow. No, dude. No.
I'm not liking all this hate that Oliver Queen's getting.
Hey,
he did his thing in the episode, man, and I don't want him to bite the bullet over Supergirl. But CW, I know you hear me. I know you listen to Take a Knee from Marvel vs. DC. So this is my chance to talk to you guys. First, you guys are trying to reboot Charmed. Stop that. Let it go. Roswell, stop that. Let it go.
Whoa! We don't talk about Charmed on this show.
For real, dude.
Roswell. Yeah. Hey, Suave, what are you doing? We don't talk about Charmed on here.
I just gotta get the CW executive attention, regular Scott.
Wow.
This is the only chance.
Hey, Oz, this dude using our platform to talk about Charmed.
Dude, and Roswell.
What the heck is going on? Dude. I feel like next thing you're going to mention is Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Dude, regular Scott, for real.
Netflix stole it from them. CW is gonna relaunch that because they did. Because they're trying to get Riverdale, but you're right, regular Scott.
Okay, I told you guys he was a Arrowverse genius. I meant to say CW.
Yeah, Swab, because don't bring up iZombie because that
Yeah,
we ain't there.
Swab, what are you doing, man? You're getting us off topic.
We ain't there yet, man.
I'm just saying, man.
I know you're a thinker. CW. I know them wheels is always turning, but we don't have time for Charmed, especially the reboot.
No.
Man, I agree. I don't have time for it. I'm trying to get the CW executives right now, telling them this is not what the people want, and we might. So, and the thing is, CW, as much trash I was talking about Oliver Queen, I'd rather have him show than Supergirl and Jimmy Olsen riding around in his bike.
That motorcycle, dude. What's wrong, dude? This dude is Superman's best friend, and Superman and Superman's like, yo, Jimmy. When'd you get a motorcycle, bro?
Right.
You know, when we first started this podcast, I think the last thing I ever thought I'd be talking about was Charmed.
Oh, well, hey, let's bring it back to Elseworld, man, because I got lots to discuss, son.
All right, so let's really dig into the episodes. We're gonna go in chronological order. We'll hit a couple topics on each episode, and then we'll come back and kind of give an overall view, and then we'll talk about what we think is gonna happen in the Crisis on Infinite Earths next year. Okay, So let's start with the Flash, the first one. Listen, let me just say this. The character of Green Arrow you may not like, but Stephen Amell he's really like coming to his own as an actor in these type of situations. Like his interactions with Iris was great.
Yeah.
Like he's got a underrated comedic timing to him.
Yeah, I guess. But
okay.
Did you not get excited about the opening scene where you saw the old '80s Flash?
Well, we've already talked about it and seen it though.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, we did though. Like we saw that like a week ago.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Am I wrong?
I just okay. You know, I appreciated that scene.
I did too. It was nice to see. Shout out to This Is Us, Justin Hartley. Is that his name?
Yeah. Is that that
he's on This Is Us?
Yeah, the Green Arrow, the one that was on Smallville from Green Arrow. He was on This Is Us.
No, we talking about the Flash.
The Flash, bro. The opening scene of the Flash.
Yeah, Green Arrow's body is laid out with Stargirl and Huntress.
Who cares about Green Arrow? We talking about the Flash.
Yeah, but he's been on so many episodes. Y'all acting like this is the first time he's been on an episode.
I was talking about seeing the '80s Flash.
Yeah,
and it was, and how cool it was to see all the heroes laid out, how it set the tone.
That's what I said.
even how he like refers to Diggle as Jon Stewart and another, which was weird to me, but I was like, okay, I guess. Did you guys catch that?
Of course
Yeah,
we
it
did.
was awesome.
We haven't got to that part yet. But when we would have talked about it. But when we get there, we'll talk about it more.
Sorry, thoughts coming out of my head too fast, man. Gotta speed it up. We can't talk about the Green Arrow and Flash, man. We can't talk about 80s things. We gotta talk about right now.
Okay, let's talk about right now then. So how do you think Felicity would have reacted in the first episode if she would have saw Barry Allen as Oliver Queen? Suave.
What?
Man,
Yeah. Oh, you said you ready. I'm just throwing some questions at you.
No, I'm saying like she would have thought that he was his like she would be mad at him like she was mad at him when she saw him. Oh, Oliver, because it's. How do you think Barry would have reacted though?
No, I asked how Felicity would have reacted with Barry acting weird, because he would have been acting weird.
Yeah, but like because they're friends, but like
No, she wouldn't have known it was Barry.
how would she react? So she would have been mad. They wouldn't be talking because Oliver Queen is such a broody person. Like literally, that's her ex-husband. Or are they separated or ex-husband? I need to.
They're still together.
Okay. But so see, they're separated right now, so they wouldn't be talking.
They're not separated. They're still together.
Are they still together?
Yes.
They weren't acting like they were still together when they saw each other on the second episode. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, you mean the second episode? Well, he just got out of jail, so like they've been kicking it lately. You talking about before he went to jail? He's been out of jail now, so of course he's better now.
But so she still wasn't happy to see him. That was my point. That she wasn't happy to see Barry Allen.
All right. So let's keep going with the episode. So after that, we kind of see each of them interacting. One of the things I really appreciated about the Flash episode was it kind of dived into the personalities a little bit. How
it's true.
How Barry Allen uses. When he's happy, when he's having a good time, that's when he's at his fastest. That's when he can do what he wants. And when Oliver is, as much as you don't like it, when he's embraces that darkness and he really goes for it, he can accomplish pretty much whatever he sets his mind to. And you see each of those throughout the episode, and you see Barry really embrace that darkness and that broodiness and when he became Green Arrow. So Oz, let me ask you, do you think that Green Arrow having so much hate, because that's really what Barry was embracing, do you think him having so much hate is the reason he's as good of a superhero as he is? And on the flip side, do you think that if Barry Allen used that same hate, he would be more like a reverse Flash?
Well, see, it goes like, I feel like it goes like this, which is also a good shout out to the Titans, by the way, because it's the whole thing.
Oh man, that show's amazing.
Are you the person? Does the mask define you, or do you define the mask? And time and time again, it turns out that people who want to don that superhero costume, they have some darkness to them,
You got to have some bit of darkness to you.
No, there's everybody has their thing, and so, but I feel that Oliver channels that. I don't know if hate. I don't know if hate is the right word. I think anger is the right word.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a better word.
Yeah, because he has a lot of rage in him. He channels his rage, and when it comes to the Flash, though, for a guy that gets happy and runs and makes him run faster, he shouldn't be so happy because every time he runs fast, he messes up something.
That's true. But I mean, but you saw like when Stephen Amell was like real happy and was joking, he was able to just easily vibrate through anything. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. He was phasing through, and we saw that, and we saw a little bit taste of those guys. It was interesting to see Diggle getting training with old Barry.
Yeah, Barry's a small guy.
Yeah,
That was funny.
Compared to like Stephen Amell and John Diggle. Diggle's a big dude.
yeah, Diggle's is big.
Yeah, Diggle's a big dude. Suave, let me ask you, back to that Flash episode, do you think Iris overreacted a little bit?
Overreacted when they were told each other that they were switched, or what happened?
When she imprisoned them?
No, because they didn't know who. Because there's been shapeshifters. There's been a lot of other stuff, crazy stuff that's going on too.
Yeah, man, they
live in a crazy metahuman world. Metahumans be try to kill them. Like Joe wasn't there to be the reason, and then no, I don't think they reacted. Because remember, like Iris said, you're not the Flash. We're the Flash.
And if you were telling me that something is going on with you, you're not who you are, then we, being the Flash, need to take care of this issue.
Yep, I agree. And that's what she did. And so, but then once they gave her logic and they explained to her, she let them go because it made sense. And that's why I love Iris West as a character.
All right. So the Flash kind of showed Deegan showing off his powers and his kind of his way of thinking. The Monitor is clearly setting up, testing the universe or the different Earths and seeing which one works. How did you guys feel about Lois Lane?
Man, so couple interesting points about Lois Lane. One of those is that it looked like in that Supergirl episode, you could see that she was pregnant. When they were fighting, and she had the hammer.
She probably was in the other one too. They just had different clothes.
Yeah, it was very visible to me. I want to go back and see those again. And the other one is this: why does she have a hammer, and why is she fighting superpowered people when she is not superpowered?
I will say this though, Lois Lane in the comic book, she's always in the mix. I understand. I do agree with that. That's what CW does. They have all the Iris West fighting against people, Felicity fighting against people, Lois Lane fighting against people.
I don't think Lois was really fighting. She just kind of put the hammer up because she saw two people come through a portal. Like, what would you do?
No, she banged the hammer down. She made a funny one-liner and she threw the hammer down.
Well, that's because Superman told her to, though.
Yeah, he did tell her.
I mean, I'm sure he was like, "Yo, then I want you to do that." Like, I'm sure that was a plan. It wasn't just her going out on a whim.
Yeah,
did you guys see how they said that Superman not gonna be here again on no episode for Supergirl this season?
They're gone. They're gone.
They said, I'm gonna be gone for 9 months, Kira. Sorry. I was like, dang.
No,
more Superman? I'm definitely not watching Supergirl.
They might be gone, and they said he's gone indefinitely.
Yeah, he'll be gone for a while.
Lost it on their hands.
All right, so let's. I think that's pretty much. Am I missing anything big from the Flash episode?
No.
Nothing? You sure?
Hold on. Wait. No, there was some good stuff in that too, man. Like, you get a taste of the Monitor, and that book. I want to know more about the book personally, But no, there were some. I still like that. They were still trying to figure out each other's powers and stuff too. It was cool. It was okay. It was not my favorite, but it was cool.
And I did make a prediction last week that Supergirl was going to be one of the best characters in the crossover, and she without a doubt was. Supergirl was great.
Oh, definitely.
Really?
Yeah,
I think so too.
I thought she was great.
Man, you know what? When I see her and Cal in their glasses they annoy me. It's just annoying.
He's a good Superman. He's just small.
He tries to be bigger, but no, he's fine. But it's just when they're at their house, that's when they don't wear their glasses. That's when they can be themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
They're on a farm.
I mean, no, I hear you, but maybe they just like being civilians.
Yeah, I dig it. And then she came through, convincing her sister and all the other stuff. It was good.
That wasn't in this episode, though.
Well, okay, so we'll stay on track with our Green Arrow episode. She was cool.
All right.
But she was okay. She was okay.
Okay.
I was not the biggest fan.
All right. Let's move on to the Arrow episode. We went to Gotham. Suave, tell me some of the Easter eggs you saw in the asylum. Some of the names you caught.
So I did catch Batwoman, of course. I can't wait for that show. I caught. Was Bazaar mentioned in that episode or no?
No.
I heard the Scarecrow was mentioned. I did see Scarecrow. I heard that
No, who did you see? Like, who did you see when they were going down the asylum in the jail cells? What names did you catch? I got a list of them. Which ones did you catch?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention that much.
Oh.
Killer Croc might have been one of them.
Nope.
I'm not sure.
We got Clayface. We got Clayface, Poison Ivy, Enigma, Penguin, Bane, Mr. and Mrs. Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was awesome. That was really good.
And a little tidbit: Mrs. Freeze was Stephen Amell's wife.
Wow.
Yeah, little tidbit there.
Keeping it in the family. That's awesome.
Getting his. Hey, she might end up having a reoccurring role on Batwoman.
Oh, which easily she could.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys. Sticking with the Batwoman thing, and by the way, Ruby Rose is great. I told y'all before this started, or last week, Oz, I know I told you and V's that she was going to be great. I had a lot of confidence in her, and I thought she was dominant. I thought she was powerful, and I thought she was just a beast. Like, she commanded the screen when she was on it.
She was good. She was great.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the potential villains and who they might actually have. Do you think that we're gonna get like Riddler, Penguin, Clayface, Poison Ivy? Do you think we'll get any of them in the actual series, or do you think there's just kind of Easter eggs?
Maybe Poison Ivy, maybe Mrs. Freeze. Maybe.
How about a Bane?
I don't think Bane. Maybe Riddler. I just don't think Bane, because Bane he did such a good role in The Dark Knight Returns that they might have copied the Bane.
Well, Bane's
no Joker. Maybe Harley Quinn though.
Bane's in Gotham.
Oh, so they have rights to him.
Yeah, but I don't know if they would do a Bane for that. It feels like they would do like a Mrs. Freeze. They would do the Riddler easily, Scarecrow easy. Yeah, there was.
It could be something that's done. They could also bring in some different villains. You could do some crossovers. And I also called last week. I didn't know it was going to be word for word, but I called that Supergirl and Batwoman were going to have a world's finest moment.
That was really cool. That could have been world's finest.
I thought that was corny. Like, that was probably my least favorite part of Batwoman.
Man, she's got to do something about that red wig.
I love it, dude. I think she's great. I loved everything about her.
Oh, that red wig. They have to adjust it because it doesn't look. It doesn't look right with the helmet right now.
Okay.
They have some time to adjust.
No, you're right. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's a fair point. So something that you touched on earlier, Oz, Suave. Let me get your thoughts on it. Where's Batman? She said he didn't go without a fight. What does that mean?
That's true. Could Batman be dead?
No, I'm
Could he
asking
be
you.
on a hiatus? Could he just be done with the living life as Batman? Could he show up on Titans?
No.
Could he do a lot? I don't know. All I know is CW doesn't have the rights to Batman, so they had to make an excuse.
So where do you think he is, though? You still didn't answer the question.
I think he's dead.
Okay.
There we go. He might be dead.
Okay. Hey, look, that's what I'm talking about right there, Suave. Straight and direct. Oz, do you agree? Do you think Bruce Wayne is dead?
No. No. Although Suave is thinking, the wheels are turning. I do not think he's dead at all.
I think we'll get a Bruce Wayne in Batwoman. A Bruce Wayne.
So here it goes. We could possibly get like a broken Bruce Wayne. You know, because it could easily be that something tragic happened to him.
Maybe Bane broke him.
Maybe Bane broke him because then they have to allude to Robin too.
Right. Yeah. If Batwoman's there, there's got to be a Robin at this point.
Yeah, and then the other side of that too, man. They got to have a Catwoman in there too. They just have to have those basics. And I did like though how Gotham is just like ruthless now. You know how like they have the armored guards who are escorting people. It's an interesting concept. We'll see what happens with the Batwoman.
Yeah, I thought Gotham was introduced really well. Just kind of the chaos of everything, and just the craziness of Arkham Asylum, and all the names you see, all the masks, all the little toys, and like we've been talking, Batwoman was great. I'm really looking forward to her series. Let's just not do any more corny lines with Supergirl.
Well, hey, so did you ever hear the for Suave and for you, Reg? Did you ever hear the reason why, like, the Flash and other superheroes just don't come into Gotham and clean up all the bad guys?
Yeah, I think he said this on the show one time.
Yeah, well, no, not because he's cursed, it's because Gotham is cursed. So whatever happens in Gotham, if you stay there for long, you sort of turn to the dark side. So I feel that's another aspect of Batman that he's always trying to fight. So maybe the dark side got to him, and he had to leave. You
know what I would really like to happen. I know this won't happen. I know we still got to talk about Supergirl and give our predictions, but this is just a little fantasy booking. The League of Assassins has already been introduced in Arrow, and they've established that Ra's al Ghul has a daughter, and Talia al Ghul, and she's around. What if next time we see the League of Assassins, they're led by Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul and Damian?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think that's a really easy way to introduce Damian without having to do Batman.
Well, you don't have to do Batman. You can just say you can say Bruce. Okay, I like it.
You know what? I think that's a really, I think that's a clever way of working around what you can, introducing some new characters, and the crossovers are easy. Like Green Arrow and Batwoman. Like, it's an easy way for them to be like, hey, I know about them. Let's work together. You got a crossover. You know what I mean? Hey, I can call Barry. I can call Supergirl. You know what I mean? I think it's an easy thing if they wanted to.
Yeah, but it was also kind of garbage that that Green Arrow never knew of Batman. He kept saying he was a legend.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Or now let me ask you this: do you think, and Suave, this is to you too, or do you think that was him just kind of hating because he's a vigilante too? And he wants to be like
he literally never met Batman.
Well, no, I know he's never met him, but I'm saying, like, do you think he really doesn't think he's real, even after he saw the bat signal?
Yeah, it was just ridiculous because Batman being Batman
would be known throughout the country, if not the world.
But yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know, because that is ridiculous. So I don't know if he was just being facetious or not.
So how long do you think Arrow has been doing his thing in the Arrowverse? How many years?
It would have to be 7 now.
So they said Batman's been gone for 3 years. So Batman keeps track of all people, dude. So you don't think Batman would have tried to contact Arrow at some point?
Maybe, hey, look, maybe not contact him, but he definitely kept tabs on him. He knew what he was doing at all times.
Yeah, but their paths would have crossed because they're billionaires, dude.
And and between the League of Assassins.
Yeah, they're billionaires.
Yeah, no, I'm well. He has mentioned Bruce Wayne a few times on the show, like in past seasons. But I get what you're saying, and that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
That part I was just like, whatever, man, whatever, you know.
I like how Supergirl talks about Batman though. Like she openly talks about Batman and Superman being friends and frenemies and stuff like that. I do like that.
One thing I don't understand because they're in different dimensions. So there's a Gotham in the Arrowverse dimension and in the Supergirl dimension, even though they're the same universe.
But they're different. No, they're different. They're on different Earths. Supergirl's on Earth 38.
Yeah.
But
Arrow's on Earth 1.
I'm saying? Like, there's 2 different Gothams then.
Yeah. There's 2 different Star Cities. Batmans. 2 different Central Cities.
Yeah, with 2 different Batmans, which also begs to say there's probably there is a sort of Arrow-ish person.
There has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like Suave. So it's like everybody, every city, everything that's on Earth 1, there's like a counterpart on Earth 38.
I understand that. I'm saying, but why is Batman still Batman if they're not Flash on Supergirl's Earth?
There probably is. There might be though. They just don't know about it.
Right.
There might be a Flash. We just don't know about it.
As in, they haven't introduced that cat.
Yeah, like there could easily be a Flash there.
Interesting.
Like he could be like a Flash. It could be like Wally West and no Barry Allen though. But there's a Flash.
Well, I want to tell you like this: if they have a Supergirl and a Superman on that world, they definitely have like a Flash and some other metahumans on that world.
I'm sure they have a Justice League.
Do they have John? They have Martian Manhunter.
Man, and when we get to that episode, let me tell you why don't they call Martian Manhunter?
Good CGI.
I know why, but like it just doesn't make sense why you don't call this man and Brainiac 5. Like, why wouldn't she bring them?
Dude, so your Sky.
Let's go ahead and go to the Supergirl episode. Actually,
here. Let me just say something real quick. Your Sky is turning red. There's thunderbolts and lightning happening everywhere. There's chaos everywhere, and you know one of the smartest persons in the universe, and you don't bring him along.
Doesn't make sense.
And you also know one of the most powerful person who is more powerful than you and your freaking cousin.
Doesn't make
sense. You don't
sense.
bring him. Get the fuck, man! Come on. Man.
Oh, one more thing before we go on. Suave touched on it a little bit. John Diggle is Green Lantern on the Flash's Earth, or the 1990s Flash or 80s Flash.
Yeah.
With Barry Allen. So that's really cool.
Does he drive a motorcycle?
No, he flies.
Perfect. Great.
Jimmy Olsen does though.
God,
Jimmy Olsen still drives his motorcycle.
Hey, what did you guys think about Jimmy Olsen's little cameo in the crossover?
Man,
I thought it was funny because he finally matched the motorcycle with his biker outfit.
He looked like a cornball.
He looked like a straight man. Like Superman. After that bar fight, Superman said, "Yo, man, give me my watch back. You can't contact me anymore. You cannot take my number out of your phone. Give me the watch back. We're done."
Hey, I will say Cisco was great.
He was great.
He's a bad guy. He was great.
What's the actor's name?
I'm gonna look him up. I don't know.
Yeah, and dude, he was great. He was awesome in it.
No, he's a really good actor. Like he can pull off a lot of different just being a bad guy, being a good guy. He's good.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. I love the
Carlos Valdez.
Okay.
I like when trouble happened. He was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, I'm all right. Did what I need to do. I'm gone.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, man, you have Brainiac 5.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't at all.
It doesn't add up.
So did they ever introduce Suave? Did they ever introduce Brainiac 5 as being from the Legion of Superheroes?
No, they didn't.
What,
Are you sure? Because they introduced the Legion of Superheroes on Supergirl a couple times.
yeah, well, why is he around still?
Are you
That's
sure
what I was
Are you
gonna
sure he
ask.
wasn't introduced with the Justice people?
I'm pretty sure. Maybe I need to catch up on Supergirl, but
Well, no, I don't watch it religiously. I'm because they've introduced that a couple times, so I would assume. I could be wrong though.
No, because my thing is that it was nice to have him in there, but because I hope he's in
For 10 seconds.
Well, I know just enough to CGI him in and out, but I hope he's in Crisis because he when Supergirl dies in Crisis on Infinite Earth and Brainiac is like heartbroken, devastated.
Well,
They
let's-
have a thing.
One of the things I do want to say is the CGI. I think that's a talking point because the CGI in this crossover was, to me, I could be now. Tell me if you think differently. Let us know on the Twitter if you think differently. I think the CGI was really good for CW for this crossover, and I think they're going to get a budget increase for Crisis next year because I'm going to talk about it later, but I think that's going to reboot the entire Arrowverse, and I'll get into that later with everything I think is going to happen.
Oh, smart. Okay, yeah. I like it.
I think we're getting a rebooted. Everything's in place too in all the shows for it, so it makes sense. So, when you talk about the Supergirl episode, I really don't want to talk about Kara and her sister having their heart to heart. Don't want to talk about that.
what did she
it was
say?
good acting, though.
But what did she
say
say?
that.
Makuta Makata?
They were. I don't. What a wonderful phrase.
She said Makuta. She said Makuta Makata. Oh, how'd you know that?
No, she was like
Give me a break.
Aku Matata, Aku Matata,
Makata.
Aku.
Pinky Promise.
God, man.
Hey, look. Some people liked it. At least we didn't get any Kamehamehas.
I agree.
Shots fired.
Man. God, dude.
I mean,
So
that's
terrible.
the one problem. I will say that.
Kamehamehas in the Arrowverse.
God, please, no!
It's a Camaro arrow.
No!
A Camaro.
A Camaro. All right. So there's not really much else to talk about in the Super. Oh, yes, there is. I'm stupid. What
Hey,
did
don't be regular Scott, don't be hard on yourself. Let me do that, dude.
Yeah, you're right. I'll let you do that. If I would have gave you another 2 seconds, you would have said it for me.
Thank you.
All right. What did Oliver Queen give up? Because Supergirl and Flash were going to die. What did Oliver Queen give up? Did he give up his life? Or did he give up something else? Or someone he loves' life?
Man, yeah.
Because let me say this. On Arrow, they're doing flash forwards now with his son as an adult. He's come back to Star City. Star City's destroyed, and Felicity is dead.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things at play here. Suave, talk to me.
See, I think I don't know if he gave up his life, but he might have, because wasn't his son on the island too? That's what I was hearing for the new season of Arrow from the Flash Forwards, that his son had to go to the island, and there's like so much mystery in that Roy is a villain. So
No, Roy's not a villain.
he didn't, not in the Flash Forwards.
No, Roy's the one who helped him.
So he helped his son on the island.
Yes, he helped Oliver's son.
Okay. And so I think, who knows what Oliver, maybe it was his life though, because he's not in the Flash Forward. That's a good point. But maybe the League of Assassins.
Well-
Who do you think took out Star City?
Well, they don't say that. They've made sure not to say if Oliver's dead or alive.
Or is he captured?
He might be. They haven't really talked about Oliver, and I think they're doing that deliberately. So let me just go ahead and kind of lay out my idea for what I think is going to happen. We've pretty much covered a lot of the big stuff. If you haven't seen it, Go watch it. It's great. I think this is going to reboot the entire CW Arrowverse next season with Crisis. In Arrow, they've introduced Emiko Queen, Oliver's sister. I think she will be taking over the Green Arrow hood.
Really?
I think so. Now I could be now either her or this new character named Blackheart. One of those two. But I'm going with Emiko. And then in the Flash, I think it's Wally West this time to take over as the Flash. I think we'll get that. Supergirl, I think she's gone. We got Batwoman to replace her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Supergirl's done.
Regular Scott, I have a question for you, though.
I'm all ears.
We haven't seen Wally West on The Flash or on Legends Tomorrow. He's on another one of his breaks because I heard that the actor had some issues with the management and that they're not having him back. And Joe West, the reason why he's not back is because the actor's back is broken. So they've been having Cecile as basically Joe West inspecting.
But they don't have to have that actor come back. They can get anybody they want to be Wally West.
True.
That's not a big deal. They can get rid of the actor. That'll be his loss.
I understand that, but like introducing him immediately as a new Flash and as
But you got to think this is going to happen after Crisis. So everything's going to change. All the Earths are going to pretty much, it's going to become one universe like it did in the comics.
That means there won't be any more Iris then.
Right.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
CW management, don't do this.
I really think that every show is going to get a completely different look. Like it's going to be a complete reboot.
No, that makes sense. That's smart for them to do that, you know?
And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're all going to die. I do think Flash is going to die. I don't know how.
But you know how, though.
Well, no, I know how, but I'm talking about as far as they do it in the Arrowverse. Like I think Oliver gave up his life, but I think Barry's going to go back in time and be like, "Nah, you're not doing that."
Yeah, once again, go back in time because the Flash, Barry Allen is toasted, dude, in Crisis.
So is Supergirl.
Yeah, Supergirl and Barry, they're both toast.
I think that's why they did that too, is to kind of tease you, like, "Oh, this is really going to happen." Because I'm gonna be honest with you. For a hot second, I thought, "Wow, we're going in a completely different direction with these shows."
Yeah.
For a hot second, then I got back to my senses. I was like, "This is CW. They're not taking those chances yet."
Yeah, they have Black Lightning and Legends of Tomorrow's on. They won't take any chances. So wait, let me get this straight. Jimmy Olsen did a Kamehameha on a motorcycle.
Flying in the air, yes. I love it. It was actually amazing.
Winning.
That's why I want to talk to CW management, because I'm trying to help them not lose their spot. And they're going to make a reboot with Jar Jar Binks and Jimmy Olsen riding on his back of the motorcycle, and they're just gonna ride together.
Hey, while you trying to increase the membership up to 3 people watching Black Lightning.
Hey, while we're canceling shows, let's go ahead and get rid of Legends and Black Lightning.
Please, dude.
I agree with that.
I think we could. Now let's have a little fun. We got about 10 minutes left, we got about 15 minutes. We can have a little extra show. Let's have a little fun. What character would you want to see introduced on the CW?
Oh, wait, DC character?
Yeah, obviously it's got to be a DC character.
Yeah, they can't. They don't got the money to introduce no Marvel anymore.
Well, no, I mean, why would I want a Marvel character if it can't cross over?
Oh, I was going to introduce the 2 brothers from Supernatural into the Supergirl world and let them have motorcycles.
They'll probably be better than Jimmy Olsen.
Man, hey, Suave, you go first. I'll go next. I'll go after you.
Man, I really like Damian Wayne So there's a way that they can introduce him into Batgirl.
I already gave you away.
I'll be happy.
I
can choose another one?
Well, no. You can choose Damien.
Yeah.
No. He can choose Damien. Damien's fine. He was asking if there was a way. I was just saying I already gave you away.
I like A. If you had another one of those 12, who would you pick?
Okay. If I had another one, I would probably have to say one of the Teen Titans. Shout out to Titans. That show is amazing.
Yeah.
That's a very vague answer.
I would say Cyborg.
Okay. Oz.
I like that Cyborg answer, though, man. It's kind of smart.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an easy thing they could do. It might be a little costly on the budget, but I would say this, dude. Actually, I wouldn't say that. I was going to say Black Canary and like bring her back. With a
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, well then, when we do the reboot, after Crisis does this weird stuff, I would put a new Green Arrow, or you can keep your Green Arrow. I know how you like that cat, dude.
I think he's a good actor, man.
That's fine. But bring Black Canary and let them have a relationship and do a show on them. Because there's nothing wrong with like them being superheroes, being in a relationship, and going through their stuff. It could add a little kind of like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of element to things.
Okay, I like that.
And now, if I can have one more,
yes, you can.
If I have just one more,
absolutely.
I feel there is super good potential to do a CW show based off of Firestorm.
I don't know if I'm with you on that one.
I think there's a lot of potential for that, man.
He's gonna have his own Kamehameha too.
You know,
mine might catch you off guard a little bit, but I'm going with Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Oh,
and here are my outlaws. This is going to be a little different. Well, only one person's different, but obviously we got to have Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Or it could be Tim Drake if they want to do Red Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take either one. I prefer Jason Todd, get a little grittier, and I would have the guy from Supernatural play him if it was my choice.
I don't know about that.
And then I'd have Roy Harper. I'd recast Roy Harper. I'm not a big fan of the Roy Harper we got, but I'd recast Roy Harper, have an Arsenal in it. And then I would have Sarah Lance from Legends of Tomorrow as my third.
Okay.
I think Sarah Lance is one of the most well-developed characters in the entire Arrowverse.
What?
And her story from Arrow to Legends, and her story on the first season of Legends when it was still taking itself seriously.
White Canary.
The White Canary, yeah. She's a leader. She's a natural born leader. And she's just as trained as everyone else. And you need a female character. You need a strong female character.
I'm gonna have to think about that.
And what's stronger than coming back from the dead?
She's been raised from the Lazarus pit. I love it.
Hey, folks, chime in on that one.
Y'all let us know if y'all have a show or a character or anything that y'all think the CW, if it rebooted the Arrowverse, what character or TV show would you put on it? Let us know at the email need4marvelversedc@gmail.com or at the Twitter need4marvelversedc. So
they could have done so much better with the Legends of Tomorrow. Could have had all the JSA.
Suave, they could have made that show.
Could have made a whole entire world with Thanagarian.
Do you know when the show went downhill when they admitted that I think it was like the first or second episode of the first season, and the guys, at the beginning he's like, I summoned you all and I gathered you because you all are legends, and then towards the end of it he tells them, I actually got you all because
y'all not the legends.
Well, no, but he said
because history won't miss you.
Because he said history won't miss you.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it lost it, because it could have built off of that and really turned them into legends. You know what I mean? Like you should have established them at that point.
Yeah, Captain Cold's like, what? History's not going to miss me?
Look, that dude was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and bite the bullet then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our Elseworld review / preview for Crisis, kinda, I guess. The Anti-Monitor will be coming, I'm sure. Monitor's probably going to die. He's a black Monitor, so he's definitely going to die first.
First episode, dude.
Yeah, he'll die in the first episode of the crossover. Here's one thing I do want for the crossover, if I have to make a little wish list for it. I hope it's longer than 3 episodes. Like, I think this could be something that goes throughout all the shows for like a month. Just going through like the effects, the side effects, and the different Earths, and you could just be introducing a different character every week.
It could be a cool miniseries.
Absolutely. Oh, cool. You know what? That's a good idea too, Oz. It could be its own little miniseries.
There's so much potential, dude. Like when we're seeing all the Elseworld stuff, I got geeked out because I love all the like potential, with all the Elseworld universe stuff, dude. We talked about last episode, like the Red Sun stuff.
Yeah. I'd like to get a Green Lantern Diggle in one of the alternate Earths.
Well, the more I see him, I mean, he's a perfect Green Lantern, dude. He's a perfect John Stewart.
He's John Stewart.
He's a perfect John Stewart.
And you know what? They can still do it. They could easily say his last name's not Diggle.
Or just say Diggle. Diggle was like his nickname.
You're right. You easily.
You know, and then say all of his adventures with Green Arrow,
or his middle name's Stewart.
Well, no. It's because all his adventures with Green Arrow, because Green Arrow and Green Lantern are buddies, and so that universe. That's one universe. That universe has those guys being buddy, but in another universe, he is actually that Green Arrow dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too.
Easy fix.
No, I agree. All right, that's a real good conversation, man. That was good. Suave, thanks for being on the show, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Suave.
I was just saying thank you for having me.
Oh man, anytime.
Dude,
Titans, I love that show.
Suave blessed us on our 10th episode, dude.
Yeah, shout out to Suave. Round of applause for Suave.
Hey, but real quick, can we just get Suave's insight on his thoughts about Titans? Because Suave, I told Regular Scott, I said, man, go watch that show. It would change you, boy. And it did. What are your thoughts on Titans?
Okay. My thoughts. Number one thought. Dick Grayson, the greatest. Titans make him the greatest Robin. If there was any doubt, it was proven through Titans.
Absolutely.
I loved it. I loved how they introduced each of their series that will come out for the DC universe. I love how they introduced Doom Patrol. I love how they introduced Hawk and Dove.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for them to introduce. Are they gonna have I'm pretty sure DC Universe is having a Man-Bat. I might be wrong about that.
You're wrong about that.
Are they having what other shows are they having, Regular Scott?
Stargirl, Swamp Thing, Harley Quinn,
Swamp
animated.
Thing. I want them to introduce Swamp Thing next, but they probably can't through Titans.
Yo, but Donna Troy is awesome.
Yeah, Donna Troy was awesome. I think in the next episode she fights against Starfire. I could be wrong, but
won't be much. I don't think it's much of a fight. I think what you see is the fight.
Still, dude, she was dope, dude.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing more of her abilities.
So Suave, was that your final blow?
My final blow is, why do they have a 27-year-old as Beast Boy, and why can he only turn into a tiger? He should be called Tiger Boy. That's my only problem.
Dude.
He looks like he's 16. He can pull off a kid very easily.
Suave.
But then he's going to have a romantic relationship with the actual kid.
But I'm sure she's not. I'm sure she's not an actual kid. She's probably like 18.
Suave. Beast Boy, who is green, only has green hair.
I know. I agree with that too.
Um,
And so that's the only person. Even though Starfire is like has way more powers than Starfire usually does.
yeah.
I like her character, and she's doing well. She's doing fine. But Beast Boy, you got to turn into something other than a tiger. I know. DC Universe, you're just starting up. You need a budget, but something other than a tiger. Something.
A monkey.
Something. A monkey, like anything.
Jar Jar Binks.
Here we go.
A chicken.
The Guardian, a motorcycle.
Kamehameha blast. I don't know. Anything.
He could turn into the motorcycle, and then Raven could ride him.
Yeah,
See now that would be a good episode.
definitely good episode. But I like the grittiness of Titans, and
It's so good, so good.
All
my
right,
blow would be
that wasn't your final blow.
nope.
What was that?
Take a knee from Marvel versus DC. You guys need to talk about more. We need better episodes of Black Lightning.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. We need better
you
episodes.
and the other 3 people need better episodes of Black
We need
Lightning.
better episodes of Black Lightning. They had something going, and then the Kamehameha, it let me down.
Let me tell you
That's
something.
when I was-
Let me tell you
that's
something.
when I
Black
was
Lightning was done way before that Kamehameha.
Dude, they Kamehameha themselves. Dude.
Oz, what you got for the final blow?
Final blow. Oh, final blow. Look, man, I'm gonna go see Glass. I'm gonna go see Aquaman.
We're going to see Aquaman on Saturday.
On
Me and
Saturday,
Oz gonna have
and
that
then-
review for y'all next week.
And then also, folks, as I told Regular Scott, Titans was gonna blow your mind. Be prepared. Be prepared for January 2019 when we get some goodness coming from Young Justice Outsiders.
You heard that.
And one more time, DC Universe has got it going on. Support.
So my final blow is, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Blurred Comics Podcast. They shouted us out on Twitter. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
They said we were one of the podcasts you should check out if you're looking for comics and stuff. So I shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to another Blurred podcast.
Blurred Unite, baby.
Hey, you got to stick together. Also, next week we got another guest coming. We got Movie Man Miggs coming in next week talking about Aquaman.
It'll be a good one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Let me tell you something about Miggs. He's got a very strong opinion. He knows what he's talking about. He's knowledgeable. That's a dangerous combination right there. Oz, you gonna be ready for him?
Son, man, dude, am I not Craven the Hunter?
Hey, you Craven the Hunter. Y'all gonna be battling on the battleground too before that.
I know, dude. This is gonna get deep, dude.
It might get a little testy. I might need V's here to break y'all up.
Watch the throne, man. Watch the throne.
Don't forget about our giveaway, everyone. Again, we got a Take a Knee from Marvel vs. DC coffee mug up for grabs. A thank you to y'all for our 10th episode. We made it. And this is our last episode. We will never produce another podcast.
Coming
No.
from the bottom, now we're here.
No.
Coming from the bottom, now we're here.
Nah, hopefully we can get to 100 to 1,000. We want to keep this bad boy rolling. We appreciate y'all again. Retweet the show, like the show, and leave a comment on your favorite part of the show, and you will be randomly picked. And we will announce that winner next week on the show. And if nobody does it, then I'm keeping the mugs for myself.
Oh no, I'm keeping a mug. Them mugs is dope.
There's pictures up on Twitter, so y'all can check that out. Also, don't forget.
Swab the go-getter, get that mug. Swab the go-getter.
Yeah, and actually, if y'all don't get it, I'm gonna just give them the swab.
Hey,
There you go.
I think you'll take them too, man. Whoever
There you
gets
go.
It, man.
Don't forget to follow us on the Twitter. We keep up with news. We give you headlines, art, all types of things. You can find us at godefylife.com. iTunes, leave us 5 stars, a like, comment, Spreaker, Radio Public, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, Spotify, Overcast. I know I'm forgetting one, but that's okay. Oz, tell everyone we'll talk to them next time.
Yo, people, have yourselves a good week, and as always, peace. peace and chicken grease.
Suave, we appreciate you being on the show. Tell everyone you'll talk to them next time. Maybe.
Man, next time I get on the show, man, I know I've been talking a lot about Black Lightning, so they might never let me on the show again.
Nope.
But I hope so, man.
Possibly.
I love taking Need for Maul versus EC, man. It's been a great experience, and people, keep peace and love out there. Keep it in your hearts, and always think, because when you're not thinking, you're dead.
Oh, Suave, man. Hey, you heard it here, man. Hey, y'all have a good time, because we're going to have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace.